Hi, welcome to automation testing.in. In this video, we will see Python list. List is a data type in Python. So we'll see some important information about list now. So a list represents a group of values as a single entity. Means when you talk about the previous data types, integer, string, boolean, something like that, you can store only one value at a time. But sometimes I want to store multiple values, then you can use list. You have some other data types we will discuss in our next videos, but list is very basic and very useful data type in any one of the languages. Means when you talk about C sharp, Java, even then also list is very useful, very commonly used data type. So it holds multiple values. And then list is a mutable sequence type, means you can change the values of list at any time. Okay, so that is called list is mutable. Values will be enclosed in square brackets separated by a comma. Means list is represented using a square bracket, in that the multiple elements can be represented, means separated with a comma. Insertion order is preserved, means how you insert, the same way the values will be stored. Duplicate values are allowed, means as we discussed, it will holds multiple values. Means when you're storing multiple values, you can store even duplicate values also. Heterogeneous values are allowed, means in a list, uh, you can you can add, not no, means homogeneous, you'll have a homogeneous normally. Means if you want to create a list with integers, it should have only all the values, integer values only. But in Python, you can store in a single list, you can store multiple kind of values. Means you can store integers, you can store bool, you can store strings, etc. Okay, so we'll see by taking one example, but it can store heterogeneous values. Growable in nature, means you keep adding the values to the list, then according to your requirement, it will grow the list. A list can contain multiple inner lists as items. This is called a nested list. Means as just we discussed, a list is heterogeneous, means the nature, means you can insert at a time integer, string, boolean, something like that. At the same way, you can insert another list inside one list. Okay, so that is called nested list. A list inside another list is called nested list. Index operator is used to access an element in a list, and list indices start at 0. Means list can hold multiple values, but how can I access those values? How can I use those values? So by using index operator, you can read the data, and the index starts from the 0. Okay, and Python allows negative indexing for list. Index -1 refers to the last element of the list. In Python, you have negative indexing also, that we discussed in string data type in our previous videos. The same rules applicable here also. So applicable for means whatever we have seen in the string, the same thing applicable here also. Means if you say index -1, the reverse order means the last elements index starts from -1. Okay, so that we already discussed how the negative indexing will work. So if you want, you can go back to the string data type and you can watch. I explained in detail in there. The same thing applicable here also. So theory completed. Whatever we discussed, we will see by taking some examples. Apart from that, you have so many other functions you can use in list. Okay, so I'll create a file. I'll name it as So the same location, list data type dot py. Okay, so how you can create a list? Creation of list we'll see first. Okay, we already see that a list can be represented using the square brackets. So L is equals to square brackets. That's it. So, but what do you mean by this one? When I try to print this list, when I try to print this list, I'll try to execute Python list data type.py. You see that the same square brackets it is printing means this is called empty list. If I want to represent an empty list, you can simply put a square brackets. That's it. I am saying that this is a list. But what is the proof? So we can use type function whether this L is a list or not. So I'll try to execute and we see, you see that this is a list. The type is list. So now we'll try to create some lists. L equals to, I can say 10 comma 20 comma 30 comma 40. So now my list is holding how many values? 4 values of type what? Integer. So this is integer list I can represent. If I want, I can print this. You see that 20, 30, 40 it is giving. So now I'll create one more list, that is string. I'll put the same 4 elements. So list string can be represented using double quotes or single quote, right? So I can say 10, 20, 30, 40. This is what? This is string list. When I try to execute, you see that as it is printing. So as we discussed, it is heterogeneous, right? You can put different kind of values in a single list. So 1 comma, say 2 comma, 3.4 comma 5 plus 6j comma true. Okay, so this is what list with mixed data type values, right? I have put everything. This is integer, this is string, and this is float, this is sorry complex, and this is boolean, right? I have put everything and that is allowed in Python. When I try to execute, you see it is printing as it is, right? So this is list with mixed data type data values. So this is applicable in Python. Okay, so we discussed we can put list inside another list. So we'll see 1 comma, I'll put, you see 1 is inside the list, and after that I'm putting in the another list inside that list, and then I can put something like 5, 6, 7, and then again I'll put integers, something like that. Okay, so when I run this, it will print as it is. You see, Okay, one, and then another list, that is integer list, 2 comma 3 comma 4, and then I have put another list, that is string list, and then again integer, and this list can be different data types. The same rules applicable inside the list also. So that's how you can create different types of lists. Okay, so that is how we can create a list, that is empty list. These are integer, string, with the mixed data type, nested list, everything. So you have one more called list function. Okay, so when you talk about list function also, you can create a list. So L equals to, you can give list function. Okay, then if I print this L, you can see what happens. The same, you see, empty string means this is all. This way also you can represent empty list, right? You can represent empty list. So we'll try to add some values to this. So L equals to list of, you have one more function called range function. So when you talk about the range, you see that returns a list containing an arithmetic progression of integers. Okay, so you have start, stop, step. So we'll see how it is that I want to from 0 to 50, but the interval step means what is the what is the interval between these two values, means 2 means I have to print 0, then I'll skip 1 and then 2, and then I'll skip 3 and then 4, something like that. Okay, so this is how print of L. Now if I try to execute this, and you see that the start value is 0, from there till 50 means the last value it will not take. So means last value minus 1 normally. If I put 1, it will give me till 49. You see that? 49. But if I give 2, so it will skip each one value in between two values, two integers. That is the reason it is taking till 48. Means 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, something like that. Okay. And again, I can create an empty list using this list function, using a range function also. List of range of 0. That's it. It will also gives me what? Empty list. You see, this is also empty list, means in different ways you can create an empty list. The first one is L equal to without the square brackets without any elements, and the list function with empty, with nothing inside that, and a range of 0 inside the list function. These three ways you can create empty list. Okay, so now we'll see different functions available in the list. What are the functions we can use inside the list? So first we'll see split. Okay, split. I want to split a string with certain what is that, like separator kind of. So S is equals to, Python is a programming language, I can say. I want to split this with the spaces. When there is a space, I want to split there. So the return type of split is list, means when you split something, that will give you list. So L equals to S dot split, SPLAT, split. If you are not giving any separator, it will take this space. When there is a space, it will split. Now I'll try to print this list. Okay, and observe this one. You see that it became a string list, Python comma is comma a comma programming comma language. So it splitted with the spaces and it returned a list, that is string list. The elements inside that is Python is a one element, is another element, a is another element, programming, and then language. Okay, so again, if I have something like this is equals to 1 2 3 space 4 5 6 space 7 8 9. Okay, so when I want to split this, is that split off, I'll give this hyphen and then I print L. You see that 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. It's splitted with this space, sorry, slash, and then means hyphen, and then the first part is one element, the second is another element, and third one is one more element. Okay, this is how, if you want to split your any string with a specific what is a condition, means space, when there is any specific character, something like that. Okay, I want to access or get the elements from the list. Get or access elements from a list using index. So we already discussed that using index we will access the elements inside the list. So first I'll try to create a list. L equals to, so 15 45 87 26 54, some random list I create. I want to get the first element from this list. So how you can do that? So print L square bracket of index starts from the 0, right? So if you put 0, sorry, if you put 0, then you will get the first element. What is the first element? 15. When I run this, you see that it is giving me 15. The Z means after list you need to provide the index value in between square brackets. Okay, so 0 means index is first value. I'll try to take the third index. So L of 3. Third index means fourth value. 1 2 3 4. I should get 26. You see that it is 26, and we have seen that it allows negative indexing, right? So we'll say print L of -1. So as we already discussed that -1 means the last element, means the -1 -2 -3 -4 -5, the reverse order. Okay, negative indexing. So you will see 54. The last value is 54, right? So when I give some index, in that index element is not available, something like that, I'll give randomly some 10, but I have here indexes 0 1 2 3 4 5. 0 1 2 3 4 only. I have given 10. Then what happens? You will see that index error, list index out of range. You will get an error saying index error, list index out of range, right? So if there is no value at that particular position, so it will not give you the value. Okay, so that is one thing. And we have used that index. Now we'll see slice operator by using get or access elements from a list using slice operator. Not only index, by using slice operator also you can get the values. So I'll take one sample list 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay. So my list contains values from 1 to 15. So I need to access only specific values. So L of the same way, but in the how it is presents list start value colon stop value colon step. Okay, this is syntax. So print L of the start value. I need 1 to 10 with the step 2. Okay. So when I take like this, you see that 2, 4, 6, 8, 1. Sorry, there is a comma missed. It should give only till 10. Okay. So that this is my output. Okay. 1 to 10 with the step 2 means, so it skipped this one given 2. Then 3 skipped 4, 5 skipped 6, 7 skipped 8, 9 skipped 10. Okay, that is how it will give the values using slice operator. So if I give print L of 1 colon 10 means step is not mandatory. When you are not giving step, then it will take default value is 1. Now it will print 1 to 1 means this is index. This is also index. If you put 0, if you put 0, it will give me from, you see, 1 to 10. Here 1 to 10 means starts from the 2. It is starting from the 2. It's not skipping the 1. It is starting from the 2 and then skipping 3 and 4. The step is 2. Here step is 1 default. 1 to 10 means it starts from the 2 to 10. If I give step as 1, I have not given, means nothing difference. Default value is 1. You see that the same output. So whether you give 1 or not doesn't matter. Okay. Print the L of 15 to means 15 index to 0 index with -2 step means it's a reverse order negative indexing. The step is, so when you take this, sorry, this is a colon not comma. So when you give this, you see that 15, then skipping means step is 2, right? So 13, 11, 9, 7, 5, 3. Okay. So now we'll take another example. Print L colon. I have not given anything. Means start, I have not given anything. Stop, I have not given anything. Means what it will do, it will give, it prints entire list. Means with single colon inside, that means everything. So we did not represent put any start and end point. It will take from default from starting to end. You see, it is printing the everything inside that list. So print L of colon minus 5 stop index. Okay, so then what happens? Beginning to 10th, beginning to 10th element it will give you. You see that I have not mentioned anything. And minus 5 index. What is the minus 5 index? Minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, minus 5. Means minus 1 means it skips that last one till that it will give you. If I say minus 4, it will give me till 11. You see that? So if I put minus 5, the reverse index means from here to this one. Okay. We need to remember those scenarios, like if it is minus 5, it will not take that one. It only takes till that minus 6. Okay. And then print L of 5 colon. Okay. 5 means what? Index. 5 means beginning with 6th element to everything. I have not provided the last element, but I provided the first element is 5. 5 means what? 6th element. Index starts from the 0, right? So 6 to 15th, it will give all the elements. So this is how you can use the slice operator to access the values from the list. Okay. So now we'll go to the next topic, that is list mutability. Means we discussed that we can modify the content of the list. What is that? We can modify the content of the list. So list is mutable. Okay, I'll take one example. L equals to 10, 20, 30, 40. So when I print this, as usual, it will give me everything 10, 20, 30, 40. So I have taken you see that 10, 20, 30, 40. Okay. I want to change the value of 40 means the last only 30 to something else. So we'll do one thing. Okay, this 30 to something else. I want to make it 25. So simply print. Before printing, I need to change the value of. If I want to get the value of that, what is that? L of 2. I want to change the third value as 0, 1, 2 index. L of is equals to 25. Means I'm assigning 25 at the index L of 2 means the third value. Now if I print this, you see that 10, 20, the 30 became 25. The reason is I changed the L of 2 value. L of 2 means 0, 1, 2 means third value. L of 2, I assigned value 25. So the 30 became 25 now. So this is how I can change the value. Okay. So that is the reason list is mutable. So now we'll see length function. So we'll see some functions available in the this what you say list. So I'll take one sample list liquid 1 comma 4 comma 2 comma 6 comma 78 45, 23, 4, 5, 6, 5, 6, one big element, and then 98, some randomly have taken. So how many elements are there here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 elements are there. So when I say print length of L, when I say length of L, it should give me 9. You see that? 9. You see, it is giving 9. Means the length of my list is 9. Means it will tell you how many elements are there. Okay, this is length function. So we have one more function called count. What it will do, L equals to, I'll tell you, 10 comma 10 comma 10 comma 20 comma 10 comma 23 67 23 54 54 100 comma 100. So we already discussed that. So when I print this L, it will print as it is. You see that? Means list allows duplicate values, right? 10 10 10 10 23 23 54 54 100 100. So it allows duplicate values. But I want to see 10 how many times inside my list. The element 10. Okay. Print L dot count of 10. Okay. So means the count will give you the specific element is repeated how many times inside the list. So it is 4, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. It is 4 times, right? It is 4 times. And the same way, if I say print L dot count of 23, okay, 2 times it is, right? You see, 2 times. But sometimes what happens, without knowing I have given something 101, okay, but 101 is not there inside my list, but I'm asking how many times 101 in my list. You see, it will give you 0. It will not throw any error. It will give you 0 times. That's it. It's not there, so it will give me 0 times. Means it will give you 0. That is how you can use count. So index method, I'll take one sample list. So I'll copy the same thing, this one. I'll use it again for this index method. So in a particular index, what is the value I have? Okay, print L dot index of 78. Okay, I have given 78. And what is the index of this 78? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it should give me 4. Right. It should give me 4. You see that? The last is 4. Means by using index, we can get the element index inside the list. Okay. So the same way, I have given L dot index of some random number. Okay. 3. 3 is not there. Okay. 3 is not there. So if it is 3 is not there, what happens? So whether we'll get error or something else. You see that? Value error, 3 is not in the list. Okay. Value error, 3 is not in the list. Means you will get an error. If the element is not available in the list and you are trying to get the list of the index of that particular element. Okay. So that is index. Now we'll see append. We have one more called append. What append will do, add item at the end of the list. Add item at the end of the list. I'll take one sample list 1 comma 2 comma 3. Okay, so L dot append, I'll say 4. Okay, and then I will append one more value 6, and then I'll print this L. So actually L means only 1 to 3, but I'm appending some values. So I'm appending 4, I'm appending 6. So then when I try to print this L, what is the list? Sorry, you see that 1 2 3 4 6 means it is appending the value at the end of the list. Okay, 1 2 3 4 6, right? And then what happens? One more method, insert method. Sorry, what it will do, add item at the specified index. Okay, append means it is appending at the end of the list, but I want to append in middle. I want the second index value should be this. Then how you can do that? Okay, I'll take some sample 1 2 3 comma 5. Okay, but L dot insert, the first one is 1 2 3 5 means 0 1 2. In the third index means the first value in represents index. When I say this one, give me 1 second. Insert the first, it will contain two values. First is index. In that particular index, what is the value you want to put? In the third index, sorry, in the third index, I want value to be 4. So now what I'll do, I'll print this L. I'll print the list again. So now how my list looks like. This is not one typo. This is L. So when I execute again, you see that my list is 1 2 3 5 actually. But in the third index, I inserted value 4. Now it became 1 2 3 4 5. You see that? 1 2 3 4 5 means in a particular index, I want to insert some value. In that particular position, I want to put 40. You see that? 1 2 3 45. Right, in the this index value, third index value, it should be 40. I'm inserting. Okay, this is how you can use insert function. So next we'll see extend. Okay, extend. What extend will do, add one list to another list. Okay, I want to add one list to another list. What happens, I'll take two lists. L1 is equals to 1 comma 2 comma 3, and L2 is equals to 4 comma 5 comma 6, and then L1 dot extend L2 means I want to extend my L1 with L2, because I want all the values which are there in the L2 should be in L1. So if I print L1 now, normally L1 contains what, 1 2 3, but I'm extending with this L2, so L2 values also comes here. And if you run this one, sorry, extend, not extent. You see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and these values are appending at the end only. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, comma 4, 5, 6, right? And what happens if we add string to the list using extend? Okay, so here I'm adding two lists, but there is a list. L1 is equals to Python, comma is, and L2 equals to we'll do one L1 dot extend. For this, I'm just sorry, there is problem with sometimes my keyboard. So extend L1 dot extend. I'll give string here. I'll give string. For a list, I'm extending with string. So when you print this one, how it looks like. You see, the Python as it is as it is, but this became a list. It converted as a list. EASY. E is a separate element, A is a separate element, S is a separate element, and Y is a separate element. So Python is EASY. Okay, that's how, means string converted into list and added to this list. Okay, so that is how the extend will work. If you extend two lists, it is very simple. It appends all the values to the end of the first list. Okay, so I want to remove some values from the list. Remove. To remove element. Okay, if multiple elements present, then only first occurrence will be removed. Okay, so I have a list. L is equals to 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and I want to remove 4. L dot remove 4, and then print L. It will have only 1, 2, 3. You see that 1, 2, 3 only. But what happens sometimes? 4 comma again 5 comma 4. Okay, if I remove 4, what happens? It will find only first occurrence and it will remove this 4. Means my list will become 1, 2, 3, 5, 4 again. Now you see that 1, 2, 3, 5, 4 means when I remove this 4, the first occurrence is this one, it removed this one. Okay, so that is the reason to remove element. If multiple elements present inside that, then first occurrence will be removed. If that is not the case, only that particular element will be removed. Okay, and if there is no value, L dot remove of, I'll say 10. There is no 10th element, but I'm trying to remove. What happens? You see that you will get a value error. You will get value error saying list dot remove of x, x not in the list, right? Whether 10 or 20 or 30, whatever it is, that value x is not in the list. That is the reason it is giving me error. So I'll comment this code. Okay, this is how you can use remove method. Now we'll use pop. What pop will do? Remove the last element and returns the same list. Okay, L equals to 1 comma some 51 comma 85 comma 46 comma 9. Okay, so print L dot pop. L dot pop. It removes the last element, it gives the same. Same means the value 9 it will give. You see that? 9. The last value is what? 9. It will remove and it will give me the same. This is the value I removed. Means that if I print L now, it will not have the 9 value inside this. You see that? 151, 85, 46. It removed 9. Okay. So if I remove pop means we'll remove the last one. I can give the index also, which if I say pop, pop means last element, but I want to remove a particular index value. So print L dot pop of 1. I have given 1 and then print L. Okay. So here 1 means what? 0, 1. 51 it will remove. Sorry, 51. And then already last value gone, 51 gone, 185, 46 it will give. You see that? The 51 removed at a particular index position and then it given when I print that list 185, 46. So that is how pop will work. Pop means if you want to remove a last element and I took one empty list. If I try to do L dot print L dot pop. So with the empty list, I am trying to remove some element. What happens? Index or error pop from empty list. Means you are doing a pop from the empty list. So value in, sorry, it is index error. Okay, index error. So this is what? Pop from empty list. It's not possible. So you'll get an error. So we'll see remaining functions. That is reverse. Now we'll see reverse function. So reverse means it will reverse your list. L equals to, I'll take 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4 comma 5. L dot reverse and print of L. Now it should print 5 4 3 2 1. You see that? 5 4 3 2 1. It is printing. Means it reversed the order. And the next we'll see sort function. Okay, L is equals to 10 comma 4 comma 2 comma 3 comma 6 comma 5 comma 9 comma 8 comma 1 comma 7. I have given 1 to 10 randomly. When I sort this one, L dot sort. Okay, when I print this L, it will print 1 to 10 now. It sorted with what? You see 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. Okay, when it's the integer ascending order for integers. Okay, when I take same thing, the string, I'll take banana, I'll take apple, I'll take dates and I'll say caret, something like that. Okay. L dot sort and print of L. So now it give me apple, banana, carrot, dates. You see that? Apple, sorry, it is banana. Okay, banana, carrot, dates. A, B, C, D means it is alphabetical order. Alphabetical order for strings. But now what happens? I have given the same thing. But here I have given in between somewhere egg fruit, but it is capital egg E. Then what is the, if I do L dot sort, if I print of L, apple, banana, carrot, dates, egg fruit, it should come, right? But it is starting from the egg fruit and then apple, banana, carrot, dates. Why? So it will consider ASCII characters. Right, it considers ASCII characters for the strings if you have capital letters and small letters. If everything is capital, then you feel that it is a alphabetical order, but internally it takes ASCII. So that is the reason the ASCII values of capital letters are lower than small letters. So that is the reason egg fruit comes first. Okay, and then I will try to take one mixed 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma apple comma banana. Okay, so this is having what? Mixed elements, integers and string. So if I say print L after sorting, I am trying to sorting this one. Okay, so then you will get type error. You will get type error by saying what? Less than not supported between instances of str and integer, means I cannot compare this integers with in strings. So that is the reason I cannot sort this one. Okay, so you'll get error here. Okay, so when you sorting, the all elements should be in the same format, means what? All integers, all strings, something like that. Okay, the next we'll see math operators. So first we'll see concatenation. That is plus. Okay, L1 is equals to 1 comma 2 comma 3. L2 is equals to 4 comma 5 comma 6. Okay, print L1 plus L2. So I'm adding two lists with the plus operator. So what happens? You see that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It is very similar to that what? Extend, right? When you extend also happens same thing. The similar way, L1 plus L2 also, it adds one list to another list. Then this is repetition operator, that is star. So what happens? L is equals to 1 comma 2 comma 3, print L star 3. Okay, L star 3. What happens when you say L star 3? The same list repeated 3 times. You see 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3. It repeats the same list 3 times. Okay, that is repetition operator. Okay, with the star. Now we'll see list comparison. Okay, list comparison. L1 is equals to 1 comma 2 comma 3. L2 is equals to 4 comma 5 comma 6, and L3 is equals to again 1 comma 2 comma 3. When I say print L1 equal to L2, print L1 equal to L3, print L1 not equals to L2, means L1 equal to L2, 1 2 3, same number of elements, same integers. Okay, so here 1 2 3, here 4 5 6, so it is false. It's not equal. Then L1 1 2 3, L3 1 2 3, it is true. And L1 not equal to L2, right? Both are not equal. Then again true. It should print false, true, true at the end of this. You see that? False, true, true. Okay. So that is how you can compare. And if we use relational operators, then see relation operators, then only first element will be considered for comparison. Okay, so what is the logic behind this? L1 is equals to 1 comma 2 comma 3. L2 is equals to just I am giving 4. So which list is bigger? L1 greater than L2. Okay, L1 greater than L2. You see written false. It is written false. The reason is it compares 4 with 1. That's it. The first elements only comparison happens. Whether it is 1000 elements inside the list, first list, it starts from the 1, and the second list will have only 1, that is 2. Even then also L2 is bigger than L1. That is what inside the Python. Okay, so that you need to remember. And membership operators. Okay, so L is equals to 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4 comma 5, and membership operator means, let's see, print 3 in L, means I am verifying that the element 3 is inside this list or not. Is it there? It's there. True, means I have 3, right? So the same way, print 6 in L, element 6 is not there, so it will give me false. And the same way, print 3 not in L. It's not in, it's in. So that is the reason it's false. Print 6 not in L. Yes, it is not there, so true. Right, this is how. Means in and not in. In and not in are membership operators. You are verifying whether a particular element is there inside that list or not. So last 4 values, true, false, false, true. True, false, false, true. Right. So this is membership operator. You want to verify whether a particular element is inside that list or not. So another one, clear, removes all the elements. Okay, L equals to 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4 comma 5. I'll print L first. Sorry. I'll print L first, and then L dot clear, and again I'll print L. We'll see what happens. You see that? First time it is printing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 as it is. After clearing, it removes all elements, so it became empty list. L dot clear means what happens? It becomes like this, that is empty list. Okay, so this is how you can remove the elements using clear method. So that's all about list. Okay, so we have discussed so many things about the list, starting from the creating and removing the elements from the list. Okay, so this is all about list, very big video, but I covered everything, almost everything, which is very frequently used in this video. Okay, so thanks for watching this video. Please do not forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, and if you like the video, please like and share the video. Thank you.